There's a letter on the hill. Pipe Springs 44. Dude, why are we going so slow? What are we doing? You're supposed to go forward. That's the whole point. That was just like an insurance ring. Yeah, Iceland's always a great place to drive. Are we going to move today, or are we just going to sit here and sulk? What's the plan? This is amazing. He's literally doing 10 miles an hour in an unloaded bus. I can't drive this slow. Help him out. I'd love to, except they tend to jam the brakes on when you make contact. And their brakes are like Russian brakes, they're strong. Yeah, you got his request. Oh my life. He's driving the same speed. There's something wrong with the configuration of this road. I'm not allowed to overtake. It's a solid double line. Push him off the bridge. Wow. That's a bit harsh. Oh yeah, if I run a red light, you guys kick off. If I drive over a solid line, you guys kick off. If I get stuck behind a bus, you tell me to run a red light and drive over a solid line. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Oh, now he's speeding up. Look. Come on, let's get some momentum going here. Loser. Loser. No, there's no double yellow. There was quite a big gap, so I took it and I overtook on a dashed line, and then it went solid again. So we're good. It was a perfectly legal move. Yeah, I saw the gap as well. Some construction going on. This town is like there's just nothing here. Why do people build homes and live in places that are just actually in the middle of nowhere? Thanks, neighbours. Enjoying the fireworks. Out here you have room for all your wives. Lol. Stroking my beard. Thank you for 39 months. I saw a big sign that said closed on it then. Not sure what that was about. Penny for the guy, yeah, indeed. Oh, that's what I was asking John Fly. That's now you've just reminded me. Because I said to chat that that we love fireworks. I said to chat that you said in the middle of summer you can still go skiing where you live, and that if you head west you can go skiing. If you head north you can be in the lakes and the forests and stuff, and you head south you'll be in the desert. Like very, very diverse land, but I couldn't remember the details. We don't do fireworks. I don't buy fireworks, I don't set them off, I don't go watching them. My neighbours do though. I don't need fireworks. If I want them I can walk in the garden and watch everybody else's and laugh as they burn £10 notes. Like shh, there goes a tenner. There goes 20. This is nice scenery. The Winter Olympics may come back to Salt Lake. Ooh. Would you go and watch? If the Winter Olympics came back, John Fly, what would you go and watch? Assuming you would. Like what sports do you like? What winter sports? You missed the Nokia. Yeah, but that's a mod. I like watching curling. I think curling is quite interesting. I'd actually like to play curling. One second, I'm just going to close my window. Why do we have fireworks? Does somebody else want to take that one? Because I feel like I've answered that question about 5 times. Winter Olympics isn't dead, it's just not quite as popular as the summer one. Ooh, greenhouse. Do you know what, Red Devil? There aren't many things I can think of that we celebrate when somebody failed to do something. That's what's so special about the 5th of November. We celebrate the fact that somebody failed to do something. Normally, you celebrate winning, victory, achievements, but with the 5th of November, you celebrate failure, and that's pretty unique. celebrate that he was caught? Same thing. We celebrate more that he failed than the fact that we caught him. That actually sounds like that's my next door neighbour. Like, that's so loud, it's obviously above my house. And in the morning, I'll be able to get up, walk around my garden, and probably see, like, dispensed rockets and stuff. Thanks. Thanks for the free gift. Look at this truck in the left lane. Slower traffic, keep right, it says. Did you hear that? Slower traffic, keep right. That's what it said. Glen Canyon. That sounds like a politician. Vote Glen Canyon. Ooh, bit of a lake going on. Commercial vehicle stop. Oh, dipped into Arizona. Oh no! Why me? I haven't done anything. Let me see your papers, please. Not even so much as a thank you, have a nice day. Of course, now I get stuck behind the truck again. Wow, there's a lot of balloons. Blimey. "25-mile-an-hour speed limit." I've been over here, and I can tell you for a fact there is not a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit over this bridge. In fact, the traffic absolutely flies along here. I've walked over half of it. I've walked all around that dam. I even walked over to this side. Yeah, it's the Dyson Dam. They've renamed it. Now it's twice the price to go there. Thomas.
I think I broke something.
You didn't break anything, Thomas. Make sure when you stream on Tuesday, one sec. Let me get past this junction. It's very lucky to do a hard tour inside the Hoover before they banned them. Oh, did they stop? I thought they still did them, John. Thomas, make sure you stream on Tuesday. You put the title about the fireworks going off in the evening and how Guy Fawkes started bonfire. I'm just going to create a command for it, Thomas. But yeah, it's a good suggestion. Maybe I'll just pretend the fireworks are in Red Dead. Going left. Here. Yeah, it's my neighbour. I can see the flashes of light. So my neighbour's obviously gone down to the shop and bought one of those, you know, 100 £100 cakes, and I don't mean the kind of cake that you can eat. I mean, where you spend like £100 on a cake that you light the fuse on, and it does a little mini display for like 60 seconds. So yeah. Thank you, Noyan, sir. Thanks for 5 years, mate. I've not seen your resub message though, Noyan. No, Catherine Whales are completely different. A Catherine Whale is named after Catherine of whatever face. I don't know if it's Catherine of Aragon or not. And they put her on a wheel and spun around as torture. It's like a thing that you light. You nail it to a post and then you light it and it spins really quickly. That's a Catherine wheel. This is like a cake. It's like a mini display in a box, if you like, and you light the fuse on it and then it progressively goes through.
Want some cake?
Next door does. D-Storm. Had to do it. Thank you, sir. It's a nice reflection in that, isn't there? It'd be great if the truck was in it as well. Like, instead of just environmental reflection, if they actually put the truck in it. How's the weather near me? You planning to fly us to Stansted? Well, currently there's a bit of a storm blowing through. But at the moment it's not so bad because obviously they're setting fireworks off. It's not raining. But I think the forecast, I've not checked recently, but I think the forecast was some pretty windy weather. So you might have some fun coming in. St. Catherine of Alexandria, there you go. Google's a great thing, Sniffer. Let's have a look at the weather forecast. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah. See, can you see that bit there, Mr. Langabelt? It says like Monday rain, Tuesday rain, Wednesday no rain, Thursday rain, Friday rain, Saturday rain, Sunday rain, and then the min-max temperatures on the right there. It's going to be wet and quite possibly windy. It's just that time of year. As we go into winter, it tends to be very turbulent. Oh, a late penalty. What a scumbag. Right, so we're over in Page. I would like to go north up this road now to Selena. What time of day is it? 14:39. Nope. Didn't want to do that. Let's see what we can get going northbound. Cycling to work all weekend, it's going to be lovely. 1 second. hit 0 Celsius once already, but winter's coming. Oh, it's going to get colder. No doubt about it. Have you attempted an engineless glide landing? So, Vardenator, when you do your PPL, you have to do emergency landings with no engine power. But the fact is that you never turn the engine off deliberately. You basically just pull the power. And you have to do them, and you have to do them on your research when you do your SCP again. I'll never forget the one I did on my exam. The one that I did on my exam was proper. Used to pull the mixture. We don't do that. You don't do that now. You don't deliberately fail the engine now. In fact, you do the opposite. You put carb heat on, pull the throttle, and make it so that you can put the power back on. But yeah, when I did it on my actual exam, he basically wanted me to stay very close to the airfield and do a very tight drop, turning into the airfield and actually land it. But due to a kind of communication problem between me and him, I thought we were just doing a go-around. So I kind of lined things up for a go-around, but then he said, no, we're actually landing. But by then I was already quite high, because I thought I was waiting for him to say punch it, and that never happened. So then I had to kill a lot of altitude and airspeed very, very quickly, which I basically did by like side-slipping. And even he was like, wee! Well, I got it down. I floated it for a while, we were going that quick, but I got it down. It was very interesting. I wish it was on camera. Calorac, welcome back. Let's see. See the city, that's the wrong direction. Salt Lake. See, we could do Salt Lake, but then not go that route, just go the inside route, and then we can tour Salt Lake. That would work. And then I'd like to see what that west road looks like. Office supplies. Could it be any more boring? Recreate it in Microsoft Flight Sim. Lol. I was actually in a Robin as well. Examiners have been doing it for decades usually. They don't throw up. They've had an awful lot of students doing an awful lot of crazy things. I mean, these flying instructors, man, they... You know, if I fly for a couple of hours, like, I want to have a quick break, you know, because... Like, when I was doing my instrument rating stuff, we would start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'd fly for like 2-3 hours, then come back, have a bite to eat, hit some theory, then go out flying again for another 2-3 hours, and all of it was on instrument work. And at the end of it, I was wiped out. Like, really wiped out. These guys, these instructors, they can be doing it from 9 till 5 and barely even get a lunch, because they've got like half an hour in between each student, but in that half an hour, they've got to brief the next one, plus do the briefing after the previous one. So they just get no time. They're just flying constantly. Oh yeah, Langerveld. When the weather's like that, it will absolutely... It is so tiring. I think if I was going to do my instrument rating, I'd probably do it in spring rather than summer. Like, booking it in summer was probably a mistake. A, it's quite busy, and B, like you say, just the hot weather. the more energy the air has, the worse it is. Yeah, I'm using a clutch. Can we repaint this? I'll make it more fun. Dry van double, maybe? Dry van double. We'll take that one. DJ Demari, hello. I guess your neighbours are finished. Well, it's gone quiet. That's a good sign. Okay. So we're going to reroute and go this way. We'll go out of Salina through there. That's fine. Then we're going to go up. Could go through Provo. Actually, we was going to come back to Provo. Yeah. Actually, no, what we'll do is we'll go past Provo. And then on the way back, drive down to Provo and pick up that other special job. That special transport, because we've not done that one yet. Let's do it that way around. I guess they run out of money. I guess so. I mean, they've got quite young kids as well. And they'll be going back to school tomorrow because half term's ended. Are you going to challenge night flight rating? Danny boy, what do you mean challenge it? Well, yeah, Langeveld, but that's fair enough. I mean, you won the cup, so you kind of expect that. Is this another roundabout? Oh, thought it was another roundabout. My bad. I think when they do smaller states, they're what? Gonna bundle for it? Nah, they won't bundle states together. I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I doubt they will. I think they like making a state and then having a big marketing push and DLC release. I think that's their preference. Can't stay long. Your daughter had a birthday party today. It was really exhausting. What, for you or for her? Isn't it a qualification that you have to get to fly at night? In the UK it is, yeah, and I did that last winter. So I do have a night rating anymore. Yeah, I hope they do Colorado. That'll make a nice DLC. Plus it'll kind of pack out the map nicely. Utah. Life elevated. That's a good one. Sean, no problem being late. It's fine. Vicious Burger, have a very good day, sir. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Appreciate that. Did it take you a while to get used to track IR? I can't honestly remember how long it took me to get used to track IR. I think I got used to it very quickly. What took more time was tweaking the, like using the software to tweak the settings. You know, I had to sort of play with it, drive along and be like, well, I don't really need to move in this direction very much. Yeah? So I kind of dialed that up, down. I left it, initially I completely removed the lateral movement. But then I realized that it's kind of handy to be able to, particularly on a truck like this, where you want to see around the exhaust stack, because right now I can't, if I sit normally you can't see the trailer when you're reversing, so it's kind of handy to be able to move over a little bit. So I put a bit of that back, and then same with the forward and backwards, right? There's no forward and backwards in this config because I don't need it. I don't need to go forward and backwards when I'm driving a truck. So I removed all that, and then same thing with up and down, like there's hardly any up and down movement. And then when it comes to like the axis movement here, you know, I smoothed it out and had it locking a little bit. So it took time to get the profile how I wanted it. Yeah, I've got a button so I can just turn it off, which is a pause button. You can configure it to whatever you want. But that's what took more time. But actually getting used to using Track IO was fairly quick. Cold Cliffs. Vote Cold Cliffs. Is grabbing the gear from the middle how you drive IRL? No, because I don't have a gear shifter IRL. I mean, this thing is very different to a gear shifter in a car. So how you grab it is very different to how you would. Like, I hold this because there's a switch around the back where your pinky is. Yeah, which does the high-low. Right there. So, yeah. So I grab it so that I can easily do that with my little finger, whilst being able to split shift with my thumb. So you kind of hold this in a very specific way, because you need to be able to reach two buttons. Is there a reason why this guy's not turning right on red, I wonder? You're welcome, Chris Law. Holy sub-bomb D-Storm. D-Storm has stormed the chat with how many subs? 10. Thank you so much, sir. Very, very generous of you. 10 subs gifted to the community. Please give him a thank you, especially if you got gifted a sub. You know, if you look at where we are right now,
welcome back,
and then look on the map, when you get here, it's so there's so much detail that is not shown. Look at that church. Wait. Now that reminds me, if you said to like a 6-year-old, can you make me a papier-mâché horse and cowboy out of papier-mâché? That's exactly what they would come up with.
Welcome to the nut house.
But then over the road here, you've got this like super high quality. I mean, look at that. It's just nuts.
Welcome to the nut house.
This hotel here has got a Wi-Fi and a pool. Nice. You know Red Dead's were getting pumped back to Mr. Langerbaum. You know it, mate. Oh, there's the pool. So everybody drives past can see you paddling. Yay. You've got roadworks outside. I can't imagine using a pool like that. Right next to a main road. I just can't imagine it. You can bypass the way station. Thank you very much. What does the other joystick do? Are you talking about this one? You can map these things however you want them to. Personally, I use this one for camera. I can use it here as well. So if I disable track IR, I can use... I can use like that, see? So I'm not, you know, I'm not using that now. But if I put track IR on, it overrides that. You tested the Wi-Fi on your bus today, you got 1 megabit down and up. That's pretty good. You should have played some games. This is like very typical Utah. This looks very cool. Caloran, thank you for 15 months. Pleasure to be back. Welcome back. Oh my god, Watchtower. What? What? Christmas tree hype in chat. Whoosh. 25 subs gifted.
Welcome back.
That's actually nuts. Thank you very, very much, Watchtower. My word. Well, GG's all round, sir.
Oh, yeah.
If you got gifted a sub, please give him a thank you. He deserves it. Is this where I donate, Pilot Vader? Yes. Yes, it is, sir. Crazy man, Watchtower. We have a new #1 gift leader. Well, they're all very generous. It mostly gives subs to people offline. I thought it only gifted subs to people in the chat. Why would it give to offline people? You most enjoyed the Iron Bridge one out of the VR180. The most popular one by views is the train one, which I actually didn't really expect that, if I'm honest. I kind of figured the tractor one or the Porsche one might be. I don't know, Chris. A lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ashwinship, thank you for 11 months. Mr. Watchtower, the man who just gifted 25 subs and 1,000 bits. PSA new nutters, make sure that you use the awesome benefits that come with your subscription. Welcome to the Nut House. He's right. If you're a new sub, you've got access to tons of great emotes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You've also got double the chat points now that you're earning. The peanuts. You're earning double because you're a sub, and you've got access to the Discord server. So yeah, make sure you use your benefits while you've got a sub.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Wow, this town's quiet. No, anybody can watch the VODs, Santosh. That's been the case for a long time. May I ask, have you seen... I've seen you started up again with Train Sim and World Train Sim. OMSI, I don't know, Caloran. Every time I fire up OMSI, which I don't do very frequently, I fire it up and it's like the graphics, the interface, memory things that you get with the hassle of installing mods, it's like, ugh. And I would love to have... I still should try the Lotus Simulator, but I'm just put off by the cost of it, you know? The price they charge for stuff on Lotus is unbelievable. Probably is an element of that Bigfoot. Obviously it's a very clunky sort of game. Once you get it working with a bus, it works really well, but it's still a clunky game at heart. And I have to say, the Lotus Simulator that replaced it, it just doesn't look as good as I thought it would, you know? It's not really moved things on massively. Yummy restaurant.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Alright, Jata, thank you. I disable track IR all the time, Kangaroo. If I know I'm not going to be turning for a while, I just disable it and then I'm free to move my head around without it actually making your camera move, as it were. Somebody, did you see that? They've made houses out of train cars. Wobbly, thank you for gifting a sub to Is Wizzy. Welcome, Is Wizzy. Everest. Just not to be the one who cheered last. Lol. Watchtower, gifted a sub to Doran. Welcome, Doran. Lots of support for you. Don't know. Getting twisty here. Oh, this is nice. We're basically following the contour of the river. I wish they'd actually give us a release day for Transport Fever 2, because I'm looking forward to that. Mr. Pringle, how you doing?
Welcome to the Nut House. Welcome back, Nut.
Oh my life, hang on, I can't keep up with this. Jackal GB dropped 5 and immediately after Groupier dropped 20. Jackal and Groupier, thank you so very much. Jackal with 5, Groupier with 20, that's insane. On top of Watchtower's 25.
Oh, yeah.
That's 50 subs in the last 10 minutes. Like, wow. Watchtower, let the madness begin. Nuthouse. You're the nutter, Watchtower. You're the nutter, mate. Yeah, if you get gifted a sub, just give a thank you to the person who gifted it to you. It does tell you in Twitch chat usually. In Twitch chat it'll say such and such a body gifted you a sub. It gives you a little link to thank them usually. And D-Storm drops another 10, you know, because you can. Thank you, D-Storm. That sub notification thing is going to be going for a while. Just a little warning though. D-Storm, thank you for dropping 10 subs on chat as well.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Okay. This is what it's like sometimes. Mr. Meb and Raskar dropping 5 each. Sometimes the Nut House goes a little bit crazy. Oliver Reck, it's just one of those things that happens now and again. They have one too many peanuts and they let it go to the head and then this happens.
Welcome back, Nut.
Yeah, and they just carpet bomb.
Nuts.
They carpet bomb the chat with subs. Thomas Hodson, thank you for the biddies. Obviously London on the 6th of December. Wait, haven't we been saying that for 2 years now, L. Phillips? It's like mutually assured destruction here. It can be. I'm sorry, I'm not answering questions about Omsi right now, Flyoran. Thank you. Wait, what is that? That's a bit weird.
Welcome back, Nut.
There's a joke there about nuts, but I'm not going to make the joke. Fidel Castration. Thank you for 3 months. Interesting name. Blizzard Well. Is it one of those days again? Yep. Thank you for 2 years, sir. I'm sure you've seen more than one of those, Lizard Run. Brendan's in Utah. Don't think so. John flies in Utah.
House. Welcome back.
Nice one, Edie. Someone gift subs you hadn't noticed? Yeah, there was 1 or 2 gifted. Salina City.
Welcome to the Nut House. Welcome back.
Oh yeah, okay. So there's Watchtower again. Just when things were starting to calm down.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Yeah. Drops 25 subs, and then drops another 25 subs, as you do.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Thank you very much, Watchtower. Please give him a thank you if you get gifted a sub from Watchtower.
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
This certainly is, Captain Flint. Thank you, mate. Your GG emote is wearing out. Lol. Hang on, we're speeding. Oh, there's that log. We passed this earlier. I remember the fire station, the fire engine with the fallen tree. Not necessarily made of money, Tron. Just decide where they want to spend it, you know?
Aye, aye, aye.
Mr. Mub, loving the stream. Thank you, Mr. Mub. And thank you for very much for 2,000 biddies. That's really appreciated. Thank you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the AI is doing AI things yet again. Even it can't merge. We've got a few Notus Trotters, very much. Looks like realistic Utah traffic. Lol. It would be, except that happens in every state in this game. I love the colour of that water. Mr. Jackal, Jackal GB, dropping 5 subs as well. Thank you very, very much, Jackal. Now this is mad now. Yes. Like I say, sometimes, every now and again, craziness takes over. And they just carpet bomb chat. And all you can do is sit here and just hold on. Just double check on the map where we are. Alright. to a northbound out of Salina, going to Salt Lake, and then we're going to head back to Provo later. That's good.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Oh, I know Simple Sim. I know why. I know why. It's just amazing the way that these things cluster together like this. Like Group PR, just chucking another 10 over the fence like you do. Like, I think they're trying to get it to the point where everybody in chat is a sub. Group PR, thank you for 10 subs as well. Thank you.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Why are they going so slowly? Yeah, but DJ, it's gonna go there at this rate, isn't it? $250 ain't cheap. I know that, Tron. I know what you spent.
Welcome to the
Everest.
Nut House.
Thank you for gifting us up to Liam. What an amazing community we belong to, Watchtower. Thank you for 2,000 bits, sir. Again. Of course it does, Wobbly. What do you expect? Texas. Maybe imaginary. I think Texas is a big place. Maybe they'll release Texas in more than one part. Maybe do like a Texas West and then a Texas East, because it is massive. Pretty much, Yvonne. That's what's going to happen. So they've got no plans for splitting Texas, fair enough. Well, that will be an interesting DLC when it comes out. Any plans to do Train Sim World again? Wait, I put a video out yesterday. Train Sim World. Blimey.
Welcome to the Nut House.
I've also said they currently only have one person on Texas. Oof. That could take a while. Plymouth Reliance has dropped another 10. Thank you very much for yet another 10 subs dropped. Plymouth Reliant to thank this time. Welcome to the Net House.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Have I been to Plymouth IRL? I've probably driven through it, but I don't think I've ever been to it as a destination.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
anonymous gift to Losso. Thank you, anonymous gifter. You wonder if it's a nice city? Well, it's a very naval, like naval history type city. Southampton, Plymouth, all those. A lot of the stuff on the south coast is very like naval related.
Welcome back, Nutter.
It was nice last time we went. Probably still is, Heyman. This is like one of those city skyline roads. You know, the what they call it, 4-lane with meridian, I think Skylines calls it. Is it because it's near the sea? It's exactly why. It's on the channel.
Welcome back, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter.
Oh, you scumbag game. If it had actually told, like, given me a hint that if it had gone the other way,
Back, Nutter.
like on the minimap, if it maybe if it told you not just where it is, but just showed you like the orientation of the drop off, it would help immensely. This is gonna work out, I think. Trailer's gonna get in the way.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Nope.
Welcome back.
I've not seen a price for the DLC yet, no. It will probably just be the same as the other ones.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Welcome to the Nut House. Welcome to the Nut House.
You guess he'll have the Black Sea? Yeah. I would hope to get that before Christmas. I don't see why we can't. I'm guessing we'll probably have like 136 of this, then Utah, then 136 of Eurotruck, and then hopefully a Black Sea.
Welcome to the Nut House.
That's the wrong. Do you think 136 will drop before Utah? It has to, because 130 Utah needs 136, so it has to.
Welcome to the Nut House.
I mean, it might drop immediately before it, but my expectation would be, from a dev team perspective or a support team perspective, dropping an update to a game and then immediately dropping a DLC.
Welcome to the
Why not just space them out a little bit? Just in case like there's issues with 136, you've got a bit of time to iron it out before you push out the Utah. But who knows what they'll do.
Welcome to the Nut House. to the
Oh my
nut
god, that
house.
sub notification stuff is still going, you crazy nutters. No, I've not had Dole yet. I need to go and take a quick bio break. So I shall be right back.
Welcome to the nut house.
So I'll put my slippers on.
Welcome to the nut house.
That's my slippers.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Welcome to the nut house. Welcome to the nut house. Welcome to the nut house.
Happy anniversary, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Yeah, that's my slipper there. I tell you what, these little squirrels keep your feet warm.
Welcome to the nut house.
And they look pretty funny when you're walking around. Welcome back, Wagaday. Has this sub notifier thing stopped yet? No, it's still going.
To the nut house.
Oh my god. Chris, if I remember, it was either Mrs. Squirrel that got them or somebody in the nut house. I can't remember who.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Right, let's have a quick drive down here. Let's go and visit that.
Welcome back, Nutter.
And then we'll rest and then we'll go down to Provo.
Welcome back, Nutter.
How many garages? I'm not sure actually.
Welcome back, Nutter.
WTF, thank you for 39 months. Just bought the Washington yesterday and Utah comes out soon. Yo, nice. I have to say, I think
Welcome
As a preference, I think I prefer Washington over Utah State in the game. Just like it felt, I just like the feel of Washington more than Utah. Utah's nice, but Washington, I really enjoyed Washington. That was a cracking DLC. Thanks. Well, the fireworks around here have calmed down. I've just looked outside and it's a clear sky tonight, so hopefully all the smoke and stuff will go away. And hopefully it'll chuck it down with rain on bonfire night. Lol. I don't know, I can't really see the rockets till daytime, to be fair. Do you know, that colour scheme I designed on the truck, I kind of like it now. I don't know, it's really grown on me. Penny for the squirrel. Leon 13522 and Dermoons. I don't know if you guys were gifted subs or you just subbed. I can't work it out anymore, but thank you for subbing if you did sub. Yeah, we'll get Dolan in a bit. Get this drink over here. Swapping cups around here. There we go. Right turn coming up. Actually, we're pretty low on fuel. We're going to go past a fuel station shortly, so we'll grab some more fuel. You sub with Prime Leon, thank you, mate. I thought it was a new sub, but I wasn't 100% sure because my panel was still full up of sub gifts. Does Doyle hate fireworks? I've seen a lot of dogs that react far worse than Doyle does. He's okay with them, but he gets a bit uncomfortable, a bit restless, but he's generally okay if somebody's with him. If he was on his own and the fireworks were going off, I don't think he'd have a great time. Running red lights like a local. I thought we could turn right on red. Doesn't say we can't. Oh my god, that sub bomb is still going. The dog is fed sensitive to firecrackers and bigger fireworks. If it's red, you wait and go if it's clear. But it was clear.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Alright, Kangaroo, have a good one.
Aye, aye, aye.
Shadwell, penny for the dial to get earmuffs during this time of year. If you put earmuffs on dial, they'd be like trying to knock them off. Full stop or a slow down. Well, You know, if you go by the letter of the law, you're supposed to come to a complete stop. If you go by the letter of pragmatism, yeah, you get close. It's something like the signs that say give way, then people pull out in front of other people. How is that any better? And if you can visibly see there's nothing coming, do you really need to stop? Pragmatism. The law has to be well defined, otherwise you can't enforce it. So it has to be, you must stop. Because if it said, oh, well, you know, you just check if it's nothing coming, and if it looks clear, then you can go. You can't enforce that in a court. It has to be black and white. Well, Langeveld, I'll be honest, that doesn't surprise me in South Africa. You know, that really doesn't surprise me. Anything for a bit of the old fines, you know. I'm sure all of it makes it back to base camp as well. And goes into the appropriate fund. Wobbly Weasel, thank you for giving us up to Kempy Baby Trucks. Thank you, Wobbly. Welcome, Kempy. Uh-oh. See, this is an exit only, but I didn't know that. Let's grab some fuel. Ugly paint job. Blue Ice King. You a Game of Thrones fan? Wow, I'm actually completely pointing the wrong way in here. This is why Europe has yield signs more. It makes sense. No one really stops at a stop sign. Well, I kind of feel that, you know, like I say, from a pragmatic point of view, traffic signals are there for one reason. To allow traffic to sort of merge and flow freely. That's what it's there for. Now, given that premise, it's not there to slow traffic down. In fact, that's counterproductive. If traffic lights slow down traffic, stop the flow of traffic, it just creates a backlog. And same with give way signs and stop signs and all the rest of it. The reason the stop sign is there is because they want you to stop and check if it's safe to proceed. But a give way sign is exactly the same thing. It just doesn't require you to stop. It still says to you that you must give way. So if it's not safe to proceed, then you let the traffic flow and then you go on a junction. A stop sign is just a way of saying do the same thing except come to a stop. Now in the UK we do have stop signs as well. They tend to put them in places where they know it's perhaps there's a hidden bend or there's some kind of whatever reason. It's a junction that's considered not safe enough for a give way sign. They want you to physically stop. But pragmatism says put give way signs there when you can. The standard QNH is 978. Blimey. So I'm not in favour of having stop signs everywhere like the US does. Because it just slows down traffic unnecessarily. Like if you approach a junction and there's literally nothing there, there's nobody else on the road, why do I need to stop? Why can't I just approach the junction at an appropriate speed? Be like, yep, there's nothing on the road, I can just carry on.